gonna start off with my everyday makeup, like makeup that I like to do. So I'm gonna already moisturize. I've already done my brows. The moisturizer I used was the Vitamin C Bodyshop and the Vitamin E eye cream from Bodyshop too. So those are done. I'm gonna start off with priming my skin. I'm gonna just use the Prep and Prime Natural Radiance. So I'm gonna just do a pump of that, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of the MAC Skin Visage as well. And I'm just gonna use my beauty blender. I'm just gonna put that all over my skin. That is my skin prepped. I'm gonna use the Double Wear foundation in the shade Tawny. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix a little bit of Strobe Cream with it. So those two together. So there's my little combo. I'm just gonna mix this on. Yeah, I just prefer Double Wear mixed in with something. I can't wear it on its own. If you've ever tried, well, if you've not tried it, Double Wear is it's a medium to full coverage foundation. It's a long-lasting semi-matte finish foundation, and it's also 24 hours. So not that you don't know wear your foundation for that long. So I'm a bit pale at the moment, so I'm just gonna get used to being slightly paler. Ugh, I'm so pale. Normally I'm like, I got tan on, but at the moment I'm just not. So I'm just gonna kind of like stipple this onto my skin. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and a little bit of that foundation, and I'm gonna just kind of marry it in a little bit more, just so I've got no streaks or anything like that. Okay, so my foundation is now all over my skin. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my favourite concealer, which is, excuse how grubby these look, the NARS All Day Weightless Creamy Concealer. I've got the shade Custard and Chantilly, just because I quite like a bright highlight. So I use predominantly more Custard because it's closer to my skin tone. So I just kind of do a couple of dots underneath my eyes. Because you don't want to, obviously if you're going to highlight, you need to make sure you do it in all the areas that you would normally highlight. So then I'm going to just take Chantilly, which is the lighter colour, and I'm just going to run that down my nose, on the tip of my nose, on my cupid's bow, and then I also like to just put it here as well, because then it brings like a lot more like light to that area. Add more. And then I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender, just the one I was using to use my foundation, and I'm just going to kind of I also bring it onto the eyes as well, because I just like to have a little bit of like a blank canvas, so when I put eyeshadow on then it's all like canvassy and clean. Okay, so now that that's done, I've done my concealer and I've done my foundation. I'm really happy with my base. I'm gonna now cream contour. So it depends what I'm going to use. Today I'm going to use the Revolution foundation stick. I tend to use this quite a lot. I love this because it's really creamy, so it blends out really nicely. I use the shade F14, which is like dark enough to like blend out but not like too dark, do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to map out where I want my contour. Really cool, which is nice because obviously that's a better shade for like contouring. But there, and there we are. That's my everyday makeup look. People would look at me like, Jesus, Rebecca, what are you doing? Okay, so now I'm just taking a flat top makeup buffing brush from Real Techniques. Ew, foundation line. But yeah, this has been seen murder. I've had this years. Okay, so I'm happy with everything here. Like, look nice and warm, and it'll create like a really nice canvas for when I go to bronzing. So what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to take the clean side of my beauty blender. I'm going to blend out my nose contour now. So yeah, so that is the cream and the liquidy makeup's all done. So I'm now just going to powder. So I'm going to just take a little bit of the Kat Von D Lock It foundation in translucent. Love this powder, it's so fine. But what I like to do is I like to take it on a dry beauty blender. Like I have this dry one that I always use for powder. So this is how I bake then. So I'm just going to make sure that my concealer under my eyes has not like creased. So that's that done. I'm going to take the Lock It powder. Just going to take a little bit on the lid. And this is just like low-key baking. It's not like super baking. This is low-key baking. It's not like, you know, yeah, this is my everyday look. I like to full on bake. Oh. So yeah, so there we are. That's my low-key baking, but not low-key at all, Becca. So yeah, so that's, I'm just going to leave on for like a few minutes. And then what I like to do is I just take a like kind of disgusting stipply brush. This is a really old e.l.f. one that I've had forever, but I love it. Everyone remember that there was such a hype about e.l.f. when it first came out. I was like, ah! So yeah, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to take any like loose powder because I cannot put powder onto cream makeup that's not set. So I have to set everything here, or it's just gonna look muddy. It's literally gonna look muddy, so let's not do that. Okay, so now that we've powdered, still a little bit of bacon here, but it's fine. You know, it's still just cooking up in her. I'm gonna now take the Kat Von D Shade and Light. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna first of all bronze. So I'm gonna take the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish bronzer in Dark Deapest. So I'm hoping this still matches me because this is my kind of like I'm a tanned kind of shade, but we're just gonna go with it. I'm hoping for the best. So I'm gonna just take it on a like Real Techniques brush. I don't know what this is. I think it was a blush brush. I think it was. This is quite dark for me, but it's fine. We're just gonna have to make it work. I'm going to the German Christmas market after work, which I'm very much looking forward to, because they've got these like halloumi fries. Oh, I love halloumi fries. So what I'm doing is I'm just dusting off my bakage. I thought I'd put my nail in my bronzer then. So that's that done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take the Kat Von D Shade and Light contouring kit, contouring palettes, and I'm just going to take a mixture of these two here. I don't tend to use, when I'm dark I use that one, but I'm going to just use a mixture of those. And again, just wing it, you know. I just tend to wing everything. Life is about winging it. So I'm just going to put that in the socket of my cheek. And then I'm just going to lightly just run that down my nose. Just taking a little bit more of the lighter shade in the palette. And I'm just going to just run that around my nose. Ooh, today is a good nose contouring day. Ooh, okay. Today is definitely a good nose contouring day. Normally it's, I'm like, what was the point? But okay, perfect. So done that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some highlighter. I'm going to take an OG. I'm going to take the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter. I remember when there was so much hype about this this highlighter, and it's so beautiful. It is really beautiful actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this on first, and then I'm going to spritz my face, I think. But oh, the lighting just perfectly captures that really gorgeous highlight. It's so lovely, this is. Okay, so as I said, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spritz my skin with a little bit of Fix Plus. I'm just going to use the MAC one. This is in coconut, I think. Yeah, this is the coconut flavoured one. But it smells so, it does smell really coconutty. So I'm just going to spritz my skin. I'm not doing my nose because I get really oily on my nose, so eventually my nose is going to look super like oily. So I think if I put Fix Plus on it more, do you know what I mean? I feel like it would just make it super oily. So I'm just gonna let that just sit in my skin. Okay, so now that I've finished my makeup, like it's in my skin makeup, I'm just gonna quickly come back. I'm just gonna do my eyes and I'll be back now. So I just went in with Stripdown Lip Liner by MAC, and on the eyes I've done a cranberry kind of smoky eye with a really beautiful kind of like black wing liner with just eyeshadow, and the palette I used was the Carnival palette from BPerfect Cosmetics. So what I'm going to do just to finish off my lips, I've just used the lip liner all over my lips. I haven't used a lipstick. I'm just going to take a little bit of the MAC, I think this is from their Christmas collection, I think, and it's a lip gloss called Glass Heel. Yeah, it's a lip glass, sorry. I'm just gonna, oh, so I'm just going to put that in the centre of my lips. And there is the final look. My like kind of easy everyday makeup look that I like to do. It's super easy, it's super just kind of like straightforward. It doesn't really change except for like the products that I use, but if you like this video, it really helped me out if you could give it like a thumbs up, and let me know whether you'd like to see a tutorial on this eye look that I've done. Just pop it down in the comments below. And also, and importantly, if you like this first video, I want to put more content, I want to make more videos, so it'd be really great if you could subscribe so that you can see my next video then. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.